roughly 4,000 feet in elevation, the construction season on the shores of Spirit Lake is short. So workers put in long hours trying to improve the roads that snake through the mountains on the north side of the volcano.
The Forest Service is trying to make this area much more accessible. Every summer when the snow's clear, they bring in equipment to add dozens of miles to the roadways and the trails directly around Mount St. Helens.
This road will eventually be paved with 2 lanes. The Forest Service predicts 1,000 cars a day will wind through the curves for a look at the famous volcano. Already, access by foot is also improving. The 1980 eruptions destroyed 131 miles of trails. But every year, 20 or so miles of new trails are reopened. Bernie Pineda of the Forest Service says by 1991, a trail will completely circle Mount St. Helens. But you don't have to wait to see the Spirit Lake Basin. It's open right now. Shuttle buses run from a concession stand on the northeast corner of the lake through some of the construction to a lookout. A short hike up a dusty trail yields a popular view of the volcano and the lake.
Because if you were to look at Mount St. Helens history, it's had 21 major eruptions. So each
the Forest Service has naturalists on duty during much of the summertime to answer questions and show off the sights of the National Volcanic Monument. Cameras fire non-stop as visitors capture the views of the lake and the mountain behind it. Spirit Lake used to be a blue jewel in a thick forest at the foot of Mount St. Helens. The May 18th blast killed all the trees, many of which still float on the lake's surface. At first, scientists thought the eruption destroyed Spirit Lake. In fact, a debris dam blocked an outlet to the Toutle River, and the size of Spirit Lake increased dramatically. A diversion helps keep the level from going even higher. As people troop to the area by car, they also circle overhead. A steady stream of helicopters and planes take tourists airborne for a bird's-eye view. Through it all, the road construction continues, ever expanding access into this rugged place. With special clearance, we went well beyond where the road will go, up to the very throat of the crater. For geologist David Draper, the so-called debris fan just outside the crater tells fascinating things about the 1980 eruptions.
Yeah, that's it right there.
When the debris fan came down the north slope, it pushed many things out of the way that were there before, namely trees, other rocks that were there. The whole north flank just rippled, almost moved as a unit for a time, and then just came apart and flew apart in several different directions as it literally fanned out at the base of the mountain.
Here in this bleak, windswept pumice plain north of the volcano, life is returning. Hardy plants struggle to put down roots in a most inhospitable environment. It has happened before, this massive destruction, and each time life has bounced back.
The scientists working there are hopeful that these plants will take root, right away on the first time through, and not just wither through and die, and begin to anchor the uppermost layers of the soil and the volcanic debris that are laying there.
After a helicopter tour in 1980, then-President Jimmy Carter described this area as looking like the surface of the moon. In many ways, it still does. With photographer Barry Johnson, I'm Kemp Mortimer, Northwest News.